We split the profit, 75% for PO8, 25% for government of Bahamas. But a lot of people also like this part here, the high resolution scans or the nano technology and the industrial grade diamond dust, which basically means that for the artifacts, when we put in the museum, we will cover all of the artifacts in either synthetic DNA or some diamond dust spray so that people can have more trust. So people can know if I ever go to the museum in Bahamas, I can use my app, my PO8 app, I can scan this artifact and I can see, oh, it's the same artifact because it shows up the same like ultraviolet rays. So basically means you will be able to identify that all of the artifacts are the same, none of them have been changed, none of them have been switched out, we don't have fake artifacts there, they're all real, and this is how we track them. To make sure we are accountable, we are clear, we are clean, we're transparent. So no one can say, oh, the artifacts in the museum are fake and PO8 sold the real ones. No, we make like tags on the, so even I want to, even at night I'm sleeping, I say, ooh, maybe I can take the real artifact and replace it. I can't. So I even try to keep myself accountable, right? Because that's what life is about, accountability. Our solution is about solving real life problems to create impact. And this is why IDB gave us the award, because we create impact. Meaning, not only in the Bahamas, I didn't say this part, but in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, 1960, 1970, 1980, these years, the government of the Bahamas and people from US and people from Europe looked for ships and find. But always a problem. Always, he finds ship and he say, oh, I find $1 million. But really he find $100 million. But government of Bahamas say, okay, he said 1 million. We take our piece and he go get very rich and Bahamas really get nothing. Understand? So in these years, the Bahamas government gives 71 licenses. Of the 71 licenses, there was only one payout to the government of the Bahamas. Only once they got paid, and they got paid $300,000. In 71 licenses, only $300,000. So you know it's crazy. There's some corruption. So this is why 18 years ago they say no more, stop, too much. Even in Bahamas, we don't have museum. We don't have any museum.
In Bahamas?
No. I don't know. So I will show you later. So all of these things that we've done, I've spoken about it. But another thing I'm going to speak about right now is the market opportunity. So here you see, this is Bahamas. We saw on the map, small, but worth $100 billion. Already, we have working agreements and talks with the government of Thailand, the government of the Philippines, and Monaco.
Alliance?
Like alliance, which means we can have PO8 Thailand, PO8 Philippines, PO8 Monaco. So if their value was added to this, one big market value, I think the one big market value might be somewhere close to $1 trillion. So this is scalable. We can grow. We can go on for 30 years. It's okay. 50 years, maybe even. It's okay. We can keep going if we wanted to. One thing that I put here is about China. So in the Bahamas, we found that in some of the ships, there are Ming Dynasty porcelain.
I know.
Ming. A lot of people say, how Ming Dynasty porcelain get in Bahamas?
We call Myeong Dynasty.
Myeong. How Myeong Dynasty porcelain get in Bahamas?
I know. In my mind, it's like the Ming was the first, the pioneer into the USA.
True. This is one reason, but that's not the reason for this. The reason for this is the Silk Road. Silk Road. So in the Silk Road, they trade, and the Spanish know that the Chinese make the best porcelain, the best this. So remember now, the Philippines used to belong to Spain, used to be Spanish. So the Philippines get the China from Chinese. They send on the ship from Philippines to Santa Fe, Mexico. And then they give it to the different governors of these different islands in Cuba. Because remember, all of these were places that the Spanish governed. So they love to drink and have the best. They were the richest in the world. So they would have the best cups, the best wine, everything. So in Cuba, in Mexico, in Colombia. And there was one ship that was full. And they was coming to go to Mexico and crashed in Bahamas. The good thing is that all of those would have been under the deck in wood boxes. So really, even it's 300 or 400 years later, because of the way the sand is under the ocean, it stays tight like this. So when you find very good reserve. So we are very happy to find these items. So this is why I have this coin here, because one Ming Dynasty cup can go for $15 million, $20 million. Very easy. Very easy. Very easy. So I like to tell people what we've been doing, right? Because remember I told you that I was here in April. So in April, we didn't find any ship, we didn't look, we didn't do anything yet. But now, today, I can show you the map of how we've been working in Bahamas. So all of these red, you can see, red. These red are shipwrecks. Shipwreck. We already identified.
How have we detected them?
Which ship?
The museum and maritime park. So as you can see here, this first sketch that they've done, the museum is in a form like this, like a wave, because obviously we believe in the ocean, we love the ocean.
Is it on the build?
Huh?
It's being built?
We haven't started building yet, but we're doing the planning now. The sketch, the drawing, all this stuff. Before you build a building, it's a lot of work. You just don't go and build. You have to do many things. So the first building will be 50,000 square feet. That is about 7,500 square meters. Right? 7,500 square. It's bigger than this building here. Big, very big, nice building. And it's really want this building to become most iconic building in Bahamas in design and look and feel. Very iconic building. So you know how Sydney, Australia,
Yeah.
they have the opera house.
Yeah, okay.
Oslo has a beautiful opera house. We will have a beautiful museum. People will come just to take picture. And at the museum, the first phase is exhibition space, of course, where people can see all types of different artifacts, educational programs for children, and also the VR experience, which is virtual reality. So all of the time when the drones are in the water, they have sonar scanners, and they also have VR cameras. So we're making maps and video. So later, when people come to museum, they can put on the goggles and they will be able to see they're under the water, see they're picking up an artifact. They can have this experience to inspire the young people, the kids, the children, so that they can say, maybe one day I can operate a robot. Maybe one day I can be an archaeologist. Maybe one day I can be an explorer. So that's what this project is about. It's a very big, impactful project. You have a question?